Hello everybody and welcome to Trade Sim World 4. Today we are on Peak Forest, Ambergate to Buxton, and we are taking this LMS Jubilee 6P from, where are we going, Buxton to Chinley. So that is doing the sort of the Y going east and then back up again, and I believe we're going all the way up to here. So, reasonable journey, it should be about 20-ish minutes. Oh, you already know how long it is based on how long the video. If it's not 25 minutes, then I've gone through a SPAD or something. Something normal. um, also, I've finally got round to fixing my audio. If it sounds different, that's because I'm using more filters and shit to try and cut out background noise and make it nicer so you can't hear my chair creaking every 2 seconds. If it sounds really bad, then I'll stop using it, but you have to let me know. And I will stop using it. If it sounds good, then I'll keep using it. And yeah, that's more or less it. It should be good. You shouldn't be like, you can't hear my chair. Well, you can when I start talking, but if I'm just sitting back on my chair and it starts creaking, you could hear a bit of that, I could tell. But no, this is pretty good. I did some testing, a lot of testing. But yeah, it works alright. Just waiting for our passengers to finish loading. You've got some It strikes me as a bit weird, this station, because there's like two completely, or more or less completely separate areas. Like these platforms, from these lines, you can't get to. It's just... These old railways, I mean, they worked, but they're a mess. We got our little Fowler in here. Okay, we're almost ready to go now. Get the doors set to locked. We've got quite a short train, actually. New was that 4 coaches? 4 Mark 1 coaches. Pretty sure they're Mark 1. Yeah, because they're vacuum braked. And it's yeah, certainly an interesting station. I like how the light filled, but this side seems a bit dingy. Anyway, let's get moving. Cut the brakes. Open our ejector. Starting speed limit is 15 miles an hour. Five, 6, and we'll close the cylinder cocks. And we'll just wait until we get up to 15. There you go. Oh, that is some nasty joint work here. Proper nasty, innit? Yeah, I thought... Because these videos, I know they don't get as many views as the route suggestions and the news stuff, and even the reskins. And I know that, and that's why I don't make them often. Oh, it's got a theatre display on the semaphore signal. Didn't know that happened. Yeah, so I know these get less views. And that's why I'm hesitant to make them. I do prefer, these are my favourite videos to make, because the news videos, yes, they take effort, but that's not why I dislike them, because they're too controversial almost, which is something I never thought I'd say, but I get a fair amount of slack over, you know, poor research and whatnot. Not so much from my audience, but more from other people who I respect quite a lot on their opinion. And likewise, the route suggestions. yeah, somewhat similar criticisms. And I'm working on increasing the quality now that I've got a bit more time to work. But like these videos, I like. Oh my god, can you shut the fuck up? It's stupid driver assist thing, and I don't think there is any way for me to turn it off. I just shut up. Shut up and go away. No, yeah, these I like them because it's why we all have this game. It's just to drive trains, and none of them silly dilly dally associated. I just might drop the game volume down just a touch. But yeah, I don't know. I prefer this. The reskins are all right, but I don't know. I am speeding so much. Yeah, that wasn't my finest move. Lower quadrant semaphores. Blast open the ejector. Yeah, a little bit of power. And we'll leave a touch of brake on. Oh, now you go up to 50. That's alright. But I certainly... I don't plan on making less news videos. I guess what I want to do is sort of return back to my old format of not PowerPoints. Is that the PowerPoints, that they work, right? They do everything I want them to, and they convey the message, but they're not very dignified. It sort of puts out the message that I don't care, or that I'm just farming views, which, whilst not being true, is certainly a valid assumption to make based on the content style. So certainly taking note, and block to the criticism, and I'll move on. Anyway, let's talk about trains. None of this boring, controversial shit. Anyway, if you like a lack of trees, then Train Sim World 4 is your game. I do like this old stuff. Buxton Junction. That looks like a bit of an upgrade. Am I speeding again? Oh, Christ. Oh, I'm such a bad driver. Watch, I'll still get gold, though. I'll still scrape gold somehow. Oof. That's nasty. Okay, what are we still at? Still at 50, okay. Right, full power, we'll get up to 8. And we'll leave the reverser at 25% forwards. Right, you got clear on the distant there. What does D mean? Is that like where you're meant to start or something? What's our pressure doing? Not terrible, but not great. Certainly helps that we had a bit of speed up before, because this would have been very hard to keep time on. Alright, got to be wary of our approach into Peak Forest though. What does the gradient look like? Oh, thank fuck, it's just on the very top of the hill. I keep getting asked as well why I dislike Train Sim World 4. And criticism video is in the making. I probably won't release for a week or two. Because I really want to work on that and make sure that's as good as it can be, because I know it's going to be controversial, and I want to make sure that everything is well substantiated and I don't make any mistakes in that. So that is coming, but you'll have to be patient for it. Oh, what I was going to say, what was I going to say? Why don't I like it? I guess because a lot of people quite rightly raise the argument that it is decent value for money, on surface value. And I mean, the argument can certainly be made that it is good value for money. But I guess the thing that I'm most annoyed at, above all else, is that it's basically just a paid bug fix, and this is what everyone was worried it was going to be. And it's sort of what Train Sim World 3 was as well. It doesn't really add anything. Oh my god, driver assist. I must have tried several times now to turn it off. It's not there, it wouldn't be there. Here, no. HUD gameplay. Objective marker, stop marker, all of this off. Immersion, that's fine. Temperature, steam firing mode. Training models, controls, it wouldn't be there. Accessibility, it's not there. General, you got save game, let's enable that. There's where the notification. What's a notification? Is that, can we turn that off? Control change notification. Let's turn that off. Oh, it got rid of it. Fantastic. Oh, but that's done the thing that I don't want. Because I like the things on the side still. That would be control change, wouldn't it? No. So if I want the things on the side, I have to have driver assist, do I? Man, I hate this game. But yeah, a lot of people saying, oh, well, if you hate Dovetail so much, why are you going to buy Train Sim World? Or why do you play Train Sim World if you hate Dovetail so much? And the answer is that Train Sim World is the only game in this genre of very high detail, well, comparatively very high detail, large scale simulators. There's nothing. I mean, I know people are saying, oh, well, SimRail. But in truth, SimRail really isn't. As much as I'm excited to see how it develops, and I could well purchase it at some point, it just doesn't feel right. The emphasis certainly seems to be more on multiplayer and, you know, working on almost sort of role play thing. And likewise, Derail Valley is looks like a, oh my god, these fucking driver assist. What bullshit. Derail Valley, it looks like a great game. And, you know, I would love if Train Sim World was VR. Not a priority though. but it's not a real route. Like Train Sim World is the only real open world simulator, and that's what I like about it. It is at its core a good game. It's the problem is the publishers and the developers don't care enough to hey, don't care enough to ensure that it's a good game going forward, and they're just trying to sort of scourge it for money. And I had an argument with someone, or not really, well, I guess an argument, yeah, about how big a role Focus has played in this, and I suspect Focus have actually played a decently sized role in this, because their stock value has been dropping all year, and I suspect they might want to try and post a bit higher a profit to try and force that up a bit in the next reporting cycle. But the only way they can do that, as I see it, that is awful, that is hideous. The only way that, the least consequential thing, but it's still hideous. The only way I think they'll do that is if they ask all their subsidiaries to sort of try and monetize things more. You know, like when they initially acquired Focus, they were talking about a sort of subscription-based thing and all that, and that seems to be off the cards, certainly for now. But I do think they've played at least some role in releasing this game so soon after they were acquired. And I know there's sort of, looking back, there have been sort of hints that they've been working on Train Sim World 4 for a while, like more or less since Train Sim World 3 released, so perhaps that is evidence for them not having anything to play, but who knows. I'll be discussing all of this in my... oh shit, that's a 50 zone. I'll be discussing all of this further in my dedicated criticisms video, which you should all open your ears and make sure you're on top of that when it releases. Because I'm actually gonna try hard on that. Gonna write a script and everything. Look at me go. Gonna control my ranting. 45? Yes, not 49. That is incredibly difficult to see anything. Can I turn on the lamp? Can't see anything up front here. How big is this tunnel? Oh, quite large, okay. So we are stopping at Chapel on the Frith Central and Chinley. I love that name. Chapel on the Frith Central. Also, live stream this Saturday, so make sure you're there for that. Gonna be fucking bonza. Yeah, that will be British Roots, Viewers Choose. The link is open already if you want to go and select routes for that. And yeah, I suspect that'll be maybe 2.5 hour live stream. So lots of scope to do lots of routes. And then I'll start cycling through. And talking of live streams, I did my first sort of other game live stream. Started off well, ended less well. But you know, you can't have... what's the expression? You can't have your cake and eat it too, which makes no sense. But, yeah, I mean, fair enough. It's not what my audience is established on. I'll see. It wasn't a great time, so perhaps any live stream at that time would have got low views. Something I'm going to see. I might do a community survey or something on that. Just see what the best time for another streaming day is. I suspect I know the answer. I suspect that would be Saturday. Sorry, Sunday. Sunday morning. And I get why. Just to me, that's Sunday evening, and that's a bit of a pain in the ass. Could work, though, I guess. Hey, stopping at some point soon would be nice. Oh my god, it actually fucking worked. Okay, and the doors. That was actually quite a graceful stop. Wasn't bad at all. Oh, and this is South Australia as well. Nice. It's the wrong Australia, though. The wrong one. Wrong. Incorrect. It's a bit of a shame. Actually, that's a complete lie. There's the Flying Scotsman. Well, I guess that's... Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Flying Scotsman is coming, isn't it? But, Oi! We should probably just check that the brakes aren't still on, but... Are the brakes still on? Oh, they are. That's because they're still applied. I'm a complete idiot. Probably take some screenshots as well, maybe with the cylinder cocks open. You know, let's not have the cylinder cocks open. It looks awful. Such magnificent machines. I didn't used to like steam trains. Steam locos. I found them boring. Whereas now it's sort of flipped. I still like the electric stock and the old diesel stock, but... New diesel trains are all just the same copy-paste bloody Gevo design or EMD SD70 variant. There's no character, whereas these, they're all, you know... Oh, Christ. They're all... Granted, they might not have been... the same. They might not have all been completely different, but certainly all of the trains had their own character, and they all felt like they had something different, and like each train specifically was unique, and each of the lash-ups were unique and everything. And the railway was run. Oh Christ, that's a 15-mile-an-hour zone. Oh well. Fucking hell. So, you know, railways now are run as a business. Everything's been corporatised or privatised. Whereas back in the glory days, they were run as a railway, as a service. It's the best summarisation. Summary, that's the word. The best summary I've heard of the current state of the railways. Because even here, in Sydney, we've still got government-owned railways, but they're not useful anymore unless you're, you know, for anything other than travelling. Like, the average person can't use a train to send a parcel across the state. or like you used to. There's so much more that the railways could be doing, but it's just not profitable, so it's not being done. But the problem is that I should probably stop ranting because the video's about to end. Oh, this is the sort of stuff that I should talk about in live streams. Want to hear me rant more about privatisation or corporatisation? I certainly can. Forgot I'd completely closed the reverse. Did bro just walk up off the track? I unironically also said, did bro. I hate myself, I want to die. Safety's blowing. Good old days of signalling as well. I mean, hideously inefficient, but... And that is it. Oh, look at that speed graph, that is awful. And I've still got a silver medal for this shit performance. Pretty funny. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what the audio's like. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.